Hi there and welcome to my Monday Live. My name is Paula Reid and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator going by the name of Yellow Bear Stamping. Tonight I'm going to do a card using the in colours that are due to retire next month. So it's the 2024 to 2026 colours. So let's drop down. So one of the bundles that is retiring is the Gallery Blooms bundle. I've really enjoyed using this one, so it'll be sad to see it go. It's got a whole lot of dies that coordinate with the stamp set, and then this frame one here as well. So we're going to use this and this one here. So as you join, leave me a comment, whether it's watching live or on replay. So I'm just going to pop those away so we don't lose them. Then we've got the in colours, and tonight I am going to be using Pretty in Pink, Petunia Pop, which has been one of my favourite colours, and then we're using Shy Shamrock. So there's also Summer Splash and Peach Pie, but I'm not going to be using those tonight. So I have already stamped, die cut and coloured in with the blends one image, and I'm going to do this next one here. I decided that I'd start it so that you don't have to sit watching me do lots of colouring. So I'm using the light Shy Shamrock. I've got a brother label maker that uses the you can put in, this is tape, and then it prints out the name, and then I've just run it through a sticker machine so that I can pop these onto my blends, so that I know all the ones that have got the navy are the dark, and then the pink are the light colours. They were the only colours that were available when I bought the tape. So it just helps, so that, because sometimes the writing on the side is a little bit small, especially for my eyes. I am just going to be using the bullet tip rather than the brush on the leaf, just so that it's only a small area to colour in, and I don't want to end up doing the wrong, like going over into an area that isn't actually a leaf, which has been known before. So we're just going to colour this in like that. But make sure that it's this in this bit here. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the dark Shy Shamrock, and so that how I sort of do my shading is that where there's a line, I'm just going to go over the top of that with the darker blend, sort of down the vein, and then these bits. So the stamps sort of have that available for you. Then we're going to use the light Pretty in Pink, and so I've gone with the brush tip for this because the image that I am colouring in is a bigger area. So it's just, there's no right or wrong, and there's no right or wrong as to whether you do the light first or the dark, and sometimes it depends on the image as to whether I will go over the top of it. So I'll do my light and then I'll do the dark shading, and then I might go back over the top to blend the colour back in. So then again, for the lines, I am going to be using the dark, and I do use the bullet tip for this. And then we just give that a bit of a go. And then I've already done that one there. So you could go back over with the light. And then I'm going to use the dark Petunia Pop for the center of the flower, and I'm just going to color right in over all the black parts. So I had stamped this with Memento, because you want to do the opposite. So if you've got alcohol markers, then you use the different coloured ink, the different type of ink. So I made my Memento. I got one of these. This is actually the blank one that you get when you use the white craft ink. But I just found that I could then re-ink this with the Memento, and it gives me a good sized ink pad to work with. Right, so we'll move those out of the way. And one of the other stamp sets that is due to retire is With You in Mind. Now this was $1 million stamp set. I forget who it was that actually designed this, and I've loved this. I love the big font of it and these other little fun items to use in your cards. I will be keeping this one because it's great. So we're going to use the Happy Birthday, and what I have got is I've die cut the frame. This is the largest of the frames in Crumb Cake, and then I've got a white mat to go underneath, so I'm going to have it so that it's like that. And then I'm just going to flip that over, and then my images will go there and there in the corner. And so I want those sort of in place so that I know where to stamp my Happy Birthday. So I'm going to ink up my stamp, and then we're just going to pop that right there in the center. Beautiful. Okay, now we'll close that because we don't want any ink going in the wrong place. And I'm just going to ink around on the frame with the liquid glue, not doing it right at the edge. I'm just doing it just in a bit because I don't want the excess glue coming out. Move that out of the way, and then just line along there, and a line there, and then okay, I might actually move this off. Let's give that a bit of a wipe. So there we go. So there's that. Rip that off later. And now I've got some, I'm going to pop this onto the Shy Shamrock. I was trying to decide what colour matte. I went through a few options. I haven't quite got that. Oh, that's all right. trying to decide what colour. And so then that goes onto there. And then we'll pop this to a crumb cake. It used to be called crumb cake base, just to kind of make it nice and neutral. Right, so then we are going to, I've already put dimensionals on this one. Then I'm going to place that. So there. And then my dimensionals. And I'll pop one on there. One there. There. And then one there and one here, so that it's got plenty of points where it can adhere to the card base. Right, and then I'm going to pop that one up there in the corner. And there is our card. So it's I have done one of these before where I used the adhesive strips and put a window sheet and then popped in some of the sequins to make it a shaker card. And then on the inside I've just stamped one of the other little images from the stamp set and coloured that in. Now these are the resin dots that were the first year that the in colours came out, and I've still got some. So I thought, well, I can use them on here. And it's quite a bit of pink. So I think I'm going to use the big dots of the petunia pot that sort of then pulls out the centre of the flowers. Okay, so there is our card, and I had actually cased this from one that I had done previously where I had stamped the image in white and then used white colour pencils. Oh, hi guys. Hi Lisa, Sylvia. Yeah, so would it be better if I did it a bit later? Or you just watch it on replay. That's fine. And so this one I had coloured with white, and then which helps to then colour over the top. And then so that was where I got the inspiration to redo, but with the different colour combination. Then another card that I have done is similar way as what this one is. So I stamped the image with embossing powder, white embossing powder, and then use the white watercolour pencil and then do the colour over the top. So the white gives it a word game. That's my breakfast time, doing like Wordle. So that's another one. And then here's another card that I had made using the Gallery Blooms with the two-tone cardstock. If you can sort of see, there's a little bit there where I've given it a light sand, and you can see the white underneath, and then I've used one of the next size down frame on that one. And then my last sample is, it looks like it's a diagonal fold, but what it is that it's just a standard card, but I had left over a piece from another card, and so I thought, oh well, I'll use it. And so this is just doing no colouring, just using the Lost Lagoon on basic beige, and that was some of the paper from the Gallery Blooms. So I have enjoyed using this stamp set and die, so it will be sad to see it go. The paper is this paper here is carrying over, so we still get to use that for a little while longer. So I hope you enjoy that, and yeah, looking forward to the new 2026-2028 in colours. So thanks for joining, and we'll catch you again next week. Thanks. Bye.